Hello, this is Matt Hill, and this is a brief explanation of my CSS for the Hiker's Guide project. We'll start with typography. Up here you can see the H2 through H5 and the paragraph element are given base properties to match the style guide here. After not seeing the Georgia font in any of the documentation other than here, I determined it was a mistake and set the H3 program OT bold as well. Black and book are not usable font weights, so I did some research, compared them against known font weights, and picked 600 for black and 300 for book. The next area is the nav bar. I just used the element tags to narrow in on my list items, nav li. And thanks to the CSS selectors article, I was able to keep the last list item from having a border very easily, right there, the last child option. And that makes it look like this without the extra border on the right side of login. The left and right arrows, as well as the picture info box, have been floated. That way they sit on top of this background picture very nicely. Now the main body. The main body is background color 2222, so that is our lightest of the three background colors. Under locations, I treated each location as a figure element and floated them left with a clear left on the fourth element. This allows them to tuck in 3 per row very neatly. In fact, before the nth child class selector was used, this guy kept getting hung up on the edge of this one because of this paragraph being longer. So this prevents that issue. In the load more section, it has an this is the load more button, has an auto margin for left and right, and it has a 50 pixel margin for top and bottom to keep it from sticking to the sections above and below it. And it also does that brighten on hover that the navbar does. The Join the Adventure section was one of my biggest adventures in CSS today. I needed 3 backgrounds of varying opacity and sizes, so here's what I did. Let's check here. I have my initial Join Adventure section. Then I have an internal mid layer. This one is used for the green color. And then I have the front layer where you'll see that dark PNG and the rest of the content. So if we go back over to our main CSS, the Join Adventure gives us the really cool leafy picture in the background here. And then the mid layer has these extra 2 digits on the hexadecimal to make it transparent. And then the front layer houses the 2 people climbing on the top of the mountain. The sign up now call to action did not match any of the default headers, so I had to adjust the H3 for this section. You can see that all happening right here. And while it is in a few other places, this is one of the clearest places to show it off. The image tag right here has the vertical align middle. That's what allows this arrow here to sit evenly with the sign up now text. The same thing was used for the Twitter bird there, and also the user photo for the login up there. But this was the easiest spot to show it in code. In the events section, as I come down here, I used width and height and background color to effectively draw a white box and put the date inside of it. I had to adjust the H4 header here to center the date text. by making the event class and event date class and event info class inline blocks, and using that same trick for the vertical align middle, I was able to make these line up nice and neat the same way the image lines up nice and neat there. The new hiker's image and text are fulfilled the same way, and there's very little that's fancy in the About section. The footer is just two sections that are floated left and right. I had to hand do the text for the left side because none of the pre-made headers or paragraph have this style lettering. And then the right side here, where the icons are, that was just a matter of following the rules given in the style guide. That is pretty much it for the CSS on the Hiker's Guide project. My name is Matthew Hill. Thank you for watching.